As you all know, we still have 50 hostages in Gaza, and this war will not end when the hostages are still there. So hopefully we're going to have news about the negotiations, but I will stress to the Council today our commitment to bring them home back, all of them. For weeks now, the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation has been feeding the people of Gaza. Over 46 million meals have been delivered directly to Palestinian families. Over 2 million meals are distributed in a single day, safely, efficiently, and without looting from Hamas. However, instead of supporting this effort, the UN has tried to sabotage it. It has ignored the GHF's offers for coordination. It has refused to condemn the brutal kidnapping and murder of GHF workers by Hamas. Even it has threatened NGOs working with the GHF and assisting civilians in Gaza. The UN is putting politics over humanitarian work. Many in the UN are actively spreading disinformation promoted by Hamas-controlled sources, defaming the GHF's work and providing cover for further attacks. This is a campaign, an organized, orchestrated campaign of defamation has now reached the point of absurdity. Some actors have even promoted the insane conspiracy that GHF aid contains drugs. Yeah, that's what they are trying to do. The UN should stop standing in the way. I urge the Secretary General and all UN officials, if you care about the people of Gaza, stop with this campaign of defamation and the obstruction and help the people of Gaza. Regarding the GHF, so yes, there is a campaign spreading lies, and whenever we get those reports, we check them. And that's what Hamas is trying to do, preventing people from getting to those places. Unfortunately, the UN is doing the same. And I would expect the UN to look at the facts. So when we get reports, we check them, and we make sure that those areas will be safe for civilians to come. There are other forces who are trying to do the opposite. Regarding your question about the government, whenever we had an agreement on the table, we accepted it. The government of Israel accepted already few ceasefire agreements. And now there is negotiations, and I believe that if it will come to the point of a vote in the government, there will be a majority to accept a ceasefire. So yes, you have different voices, we are a democracy, but at the end of the day, the government votes, and so far, whenever the Prime Minister brought a proposal for a ceasefire to the government, he got the majority and it was approved. Unfortunately, there were a few incidents, but I can tell you one thing for sure, the numbers that were reported by Hamas were not true, were not correct. They were lies. They tried to create the impression that it's not safe and people should not go there, instead of actually showing the real facts. Please.
Celia Davaren, Africa Confidential. Is that true, what we read in the newspaper, that your government gave order to kill the people from Gaza who were trying to get food? Is that true or not true?
Absolutely not true. On the contrary, we're taking efforts in order to guarantee the security of the perimeter and push Hamas away from those areas. Hamas is trying to make those areas not safe for people to come in. Our interest is that this initiative will work. Hamas' interest is exactly the opposite. They want people not to cooperate. They want people not to come to those centers. We have exactly the different approach. Today I will speak in the council about the terror attacks in Judea and Samaria, where a family drove to the hospital when the baby was about to come to life, and the mother was killed with the baby. And it happened only a few weeks ago. So we hope that we will be able to fight those terrorists, and not only them, but also those who are sending the money for them to purchase those weapons. And I'm talking about Iran. They are not lying. On the contrary, our soldiers work according to international law. We're doing everything we can to minimize civilian casualties. Hamas, they're doing exactly the opposite. They want to see more civilians dead. We have exactly the opposite goal. Thank you very much.